Hey, what's up? This is Vince Delmonte. It's great to be back with you. Thank you again for watching. I hope I can answer your question in this episode. If not, go to my fan page, vincedelmontefanpage.com. Like up the page and post your question when I ask for it. Here we go. We got 5 questions, and I think we got a couple arm questions here. So all you guys who want to get some jacked up arms, this is going to be a great episode for you guys. First question goes to Matt Castillo. He says, we hear you speak about different muscle parts of the biceps and triceps, which you call heads. Can you inform us what type of exercises that will target different sectors of the bicep and tricep heads? I tell you what, I'll do triceps for you right now because 1 minute won't cut it for both body parts. So it all comes down to relative elbow position to your torso and relative to gravity, which is going to determine where you shift the emphasis onto your triceps. So the triceps have 3 heads. There's a long head, short head, and medial head. They all attach in onto the same elbow joint, the same spot. So you can't target just one only, but you can certainly shift the emphasis onto different heads of the tricep. So here's an easy way to think about it. When your elbow is away from the midline of your body, away from your torso, like, overhead tricep extensions, this is going to work more the long head. As you start to bring your elbows closer to the midline of your body, you're going to work more of a combination of long head, lateral head. And as you start to bring your elbows down more to the midline of your body and behind, you're going to work more of the medial head. So we want to use all of those elbow positions to get maximal tricep development. Next question goes to Manish. Manish says, hey, Savior. Remember when I say Savior, it's Savior with a small s, not a capital S. I just want to make sure we're all clear on that. Hello, Savior. Any special tips? Exercise reps tenfold to get big forearms. Just seen the forearms on Sly and Expendables 2. That movie rocked. I love that movie, Expendables 2. That first scene, that action scene, that's like the kind of scene they put at the end of movies. And they put it at the start of the movie. My only problem with Expendables 2 was they should have made this movie freaking 10 or 15 years ago. Why did they wait this long to make this movie? Anyways, it was still amazing. You gotta love Expendables 2. Go see it with your boys. Great movie. So anyways, for forearms, you're not gonna get huge forearms doing this. This is great for rehab. It's great for building some basic strength in your forearms, but ultimately your forearms are going to grow by using heavy loads on compound lifts. So just increasing your strength on your deadlifts, on your on your shrugs, on your pull-ups. Focusing on getting stronger on the big lifts will ultimately, your forearms will have to grow. And even doing things like farmer walks, there's some cool strongman stuff that I'm not personally familiar with, but some strongman guys could give you some great tips on getting those jacked up like Sly. Remember, Sly's been training for like freaking ever as well. Next question is Clark. He says, does Flavia have a sister? Wouldn't you love to know, wouldn't you, Clark? That is not a muscle building question, so we're going to skip that question. Next question is from Hadro. I'm sorry, I can't say that. Waxy Maize, is it worth it? Is it suitable as a post-workout carb? You guys can read up on Waxy Maize. I think a lot of people are pretty clear that it's not your best option when it comes to post-workout carbs. I believe it's actually BS, to be honest. I've never personally used it, so I always hate saying something is BS if I haven't personally used it. But from what I've read, that's what I've heard. You're great just taking Gatorade. You know what? Going to Costco and buying a box of Gatorade. And the reason I like Gatorade is because the insulin spike isn't as hard as, say, something like Varitargo or Carbolin or maltodextrin, but you also get the benefit of the electrolytes. And that's something that is rarely discussed. Electrolytes are huge when it comes to having a great workout. So I love that reason for Gatorade. So Paul wants to know, is it safe to do 30 minutes of cardio straight after 45 minutes of heavy weights, or will the body go into a catabolic state? It depends on the intensity of the 30 minutes. If you're training in the presence of oxygen, which is known as aerobic activity, then your body will be able to utilize fat as a source of energy. But if you try and kick it up and pull a Ben Johnson for 30 minutes, your body is going to have to break down amino acids because it needs a faster rate of energy, and it's going to do that through glycolysis. glycolysis. You'd learn all this stuff if you took like a first-year university course in physiology. You'll learn about the different energy systems and how the body uses certain fuel sources based on the intensity level. So if the intensity is low, you'll be fine, but if the intensity is high, yeah, you do risk catabolic state and breaking some aminos down. Next question goes to Amir. He wants to know, hey Vince, I want to ask you when I hit, I wanted to ask you that I hit very hard my biceps. Okay, this guy's not getting any bicep gains. All right, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. My Hypertrophy Max members are gonna hate me because I'm giving away a killer tip that we just taught them on how to think about curling a weight. What do you guys do when they do bicep curls? They think about the thing that's in their hand, right? And they just think about getting the thing in their hand up. And you know, that creates elbow flexion, shoulder flexion, and all sorts of funky things that have nothing to do with actually shortening the bicep. What I want you to think about when you're doing any bicep exercise is to think about an imaginary line here, and I want you to think about crushing that imaginary line with your forearm. So think about a gap here, and you're gonna close the gap on every single rep. So stop thinking about what's in your hand. Don't even think about that there's a weight here, and simply think about closing the gap. That tip is gonna blow your arms up. Okay, and I know nobody's taught you that before, so remember who hooked you up. Next question goes to Alessandro. Alessandro, hey, make me a pizza. Come stai? So I gotta give props to my Italian compadres. So what's up, Vince? Here's my question. I usually eat fruit and protein shake for breakfast. What can I eat as a pre-workout meal, or you suggest a pre-workout supplement? Basically, I used to eat some fruit as a pre-workout meal, but as a pre-workout meal plus breakfast, I think. Okay, this question's getting too long. Fruit and protein shake before a workout is fine. It's fine. If you want to do, my cameraman's telling me to sit up. So that's a fine pre-workout. You know my thoughts on pre-workout nutrition. It's fast digesting protein like white fish with a slow digesting carbohydrate like sweet potatoes, quinoa, brown rice. That's my ultimate pre-workout meal. You can see that in another video. But you know, having a protein shake and some fruit before your workout, definitely not a bad option. Two more questions. So next question is Gabriel. Gabriel says, hey Vince, what do you eat pre-workout for hypertrophy? I do better fat burning with higher fat during week carb cycling weekends. Oh gosh, do you consume simple carbs beforehand? Too complicated, bro. Way too complicated. Too many things going on here at once. If I understood this, I have carbs 2 to 4 hours before I work out. During my workout, an hour after workout, 4 hours after I work out. Other meals of the day for me are proteins and fats. That's as simple as I keep it. And my pre-workout meal is fast digesting protein, like a fish, and then a slow digesting carbohydrate, like a complex carb. And that's as simple as I keep it. So that's the same way I eat for fat loss as well. The only thing I do is I taper the calories down. Okay, one more question, we'll call it a wrap. This is from Kelvin. Kelvin says, hello Vince, you know what? I've been studying a lot of info on the internet I finally found something that makes sense, and it's from you, and I'm gonna stick to the ways you do things. Thanks for the great work. Kelvin, that's great. You know, you'll find that you get to your end goals faster when you follow one person's advice. I'm not saying because I know everything and that I'm superior to everyone else. I'm saying that because you're going to be able to just focus on what's in front of you, and you're going to be able to learn from doing. You're not going to become one of those people that try and learn everything by reading about it and they have nothing to show for it. So follow my advice. I'll take you as far as I can, and when you feel that I've taken you as far as I can based on my knowledge and my experience, then feel free to ask me who I would recommend to go to next. There's a lot of brilliant people out there, and there's no problem from learning from a lot of people at once. I encourage that, but when it comes time, you know, to put the pedal to the metal and to execute and make things happen, don't bring too many chefs into the kitchen. You're gonna have a hard time cooking your recipe, and you're gonna have a hard time getting to where you want, because you're always gonna be stalled, because you're always gonna be doubting yourself, and you're never gonna have confidence in what you're doing. So putting your trust in one person is not bad advice. I believe it's very good advice, and learn from doing. That's the ultimate way you're gonna get to where you wanna be. So that wasn't even your question, but I think that's a great way to wrap up the show for today, okay? Thank you so much for watching. As you know, the mission of this show, the entire purpose of this show is to help 1 million skinny guys by the year 2020. So the more you share this, the more you like it, the more you subscribe, the faster we're going to get to our goal. The sooner that Vinny can retire, the sooner you can get rid of me, right? I'm just kidding. I'm sure some of you secretly want to get rid of me, but you keep watching for whatever reasons. So that's something you can figure out on your own. So anyways, you guys all, my cameraman's cracking up. He's laughing at me. Hey guys, I got to entertain myself. I'm talking in front of a camera here for a few hours straight, cranking these out for you. So anyways, you guys have a great day. Make sure to subscribe to my newsletter, vincedelmontifitness.com, and that's where you get updated with all the cool stuff we're doing, programs, discounts, updates, new articles, the whole shebang. All right, take it easy. I'm out. That's fine. Oh my God, it doesn't get any better.